Good morning again. Now we're going to work on adding integers with different signs. Okay, so adding integers with the same sign, we added their absolute values and kept the sign. So if they were both negative, the answer would be negative. Now, when they have different signs, we have to think differently. Now, a lot of us come up with our own trick in our head, but the mathematical definition we're going to talk about here. So when we add integers with different signs, one of them is positive, one is negative, one is positive, one is negative, okay? We actually are going to subtract these two numbers. We're going to subtract their absolute values. And the way we do that is we're going to subtract the lesser absolute value from the greater absolute value, okay? And we're going to keep the sign of the greater absolute value. So when we're looking at this, we have negative 11 and positive 6. The absolute value of negative 11 is 11. The absolute value of 6 is 6. So 11 has a greater absolute value. So what we're going to do is 11, I'm going to do this off to the side, 11 minus 6. We're going to subtract the lesser absolute value from the greater. 11 minus 6 is 5. So my answer is 5, but wait, we have to see which one had the greater absolute value. Well, 11 did. The sign of 11 was negative, so my answer is negative 5. Negative 11 plus 6 is negative 5. Next, we have negative 3 plus 7. Okay, which one has the greater absolute value? 7 does. 7 has a larger absolute value. So we're going to subtract 3 from 7 to get 4. And we need to keep the sign of the larger absolute value. Well, 7 is the largest absolute value, the greater absolute value. And it's positive, so my answer would stay positive. And when I'm doing these problems, a lot of times it's easier to think as if it's money, and think of negative as owing somebody and positive as money that you have. So if I owed somebody $11 and I had $6 and I gave that person $6, I would still owe them $5. It's another way you can think of adding integers with different signs.